Hey everyone, my name is Andy Hall. This is news you can use to fight fascism. This is the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. Before we start talking about atheist pirates in Los Angeles, I want to show you this video. Short video, 30 seconds or so, but you should be warned. There is some troubling images here, right? So if you're watching this on rewind, later on, then you might want to just forward wind this, but it has to do with our friend, former President Donald Trump, and the Ukraine situation. We're covering this in the next story after the Atheist Pirates, but it's so powerful. I wanted to show you this first and foremost right now. Check it out.
I knew Putin very well. Got a lot of great charm and a lot of pride. Putin declares a big portion of the Ukraine as independent. And I said, this is genius. And he's going to go in and be a peacekeeper. There were more army tanks than I've ever seen. They're going to keep peace all right. You got to say that's pretty savvy. I knew that he always wanted Ukraine. I used to talk to him about it.
I mean, what he's done for Russia is really amazing, and he's done it by outsmarting our country at every single step.
The day after the Olympics, he starts with Ukraine. The day after. How smart? How smart? How smart?
All right. Troubling images. But when you listen to Donald J. Trump's words, there are some people out there who are saying, well, you're taking it out of context. Well, you see, these are the words that he speaks, and he's pretty consistent about his thoughts and feelings towards Vladimir Putin. Yes, we're going to be covering more of crazy former President Donald J. Trump later on in the show. But first and foremost, let's go with this particular story about what? About taking down signs for gentle Jesus. But atheist pirates in Los Angeles are removing religious signs from public streets. The atheist street pirates are cleaning up their city by taking down Christian posters that should never have gone up. As many of us know, theocrats don't care about the rule of law, my friends. Theocrats just don't care. So, Christian nationalists, Christian Christo-fascists are happy to put up signs around LA, signs like this, for an example. Jesus is coming. And of course, the collection here that you see. So there's a group of atheists that are taking down these signs that should never have gone up. And of course, the city says, sure, we know they're illegal signs and that they shouldn't be put up in these places, but, we're not really going to do anything about it. Let's check out this story from Hemet Mehta. For years, these signs have been put up on sides of roads, on bridges, and on telephone poles as a form of free advertising. Some just reference a Bible verse. Others offer a meaningless platitude about Jesus. But technically speaking, it's all just garbage. These signs shouldn't be up in those places because they violate state law and can be seen as distractions on the road. While city officials said they take down such signs, the religious ones still persist, perhaps because of the message on them, which means many of these posters won't ever come down on their own. This is just another example of Christo-fascism, this kind of privilege that they have in our society. So the Atheist Pirates at Atheists United decided to take the task themselves, as explained by Religion News Service. The idea for the Street Pirates first emerged as a joke during an Atheists United meeting where members bantered about what to do with religious signage they encountered across the street, calling it religious rubbish removal. The alliteration inspired the Atheist Street Pirates. If signs are illegally marooned, our pirates will report or plunder, Atheists United declares on their sites. So the signs go up, the signs will go down. Atheists United has already collected dozens of signs so far and are thinking about creating an art exhibit of sorts to display their collection. It's not a bad idea, since the signs don't serve any other useful purpose. Evan Clark, who's part of the Atheist Pirates, heads the Atheist Pirates, told RNS that his team would also take down other religious or non-religious signs. They're not purposely targeting Christianity here, but no one else has the audacity to litter the city with such a pathetic attempts at conversion. This appears to be a purely Christian phenomenon. You have to wonder, this is a, many, who hasn't heard of Jesus in this country? Who hasn't heard of Jesus in LA? Are these signs really going to convince anyone? Is this sign going to convince anyone to go to church? No, it's just trash, everyone. It's just trash. Checking out the chat. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Facebook, you'll see that I'm talking to people on the YouTube chat. If you want to join the conversation, please come on over to the Laughing in Disbelief channel on YouTube, where we do this show every Monday through Friday, 9 to about 9:25 a.m. I hope everyone's doing okay this morning. Wild Eden, flying the colors. Good to see you, Wild Eden. And 420. Hail Satan, how you doing? How you doing, Sammy? Let's see, who else? I was looking through the chat before the show, and there was this great site, and I think it might have been Blazing Wizard Pope that put it down here. Here it is. The site that can give you a lot of up-to-date information on Ukraine. I'm looking at it right now on my second screen, and this looks like a really nice resource too, in terms of what's going on in Ukraine, in terms of Russian forces, where they are in the country, and what's going on. Thank you for putting that up there, Blazing Wizard Pope. Let's see, who else is up here? Oh, John Hudson. What's up, John Hudson? Remember Ukraine. All right, you want to do the next story? You want to talk about former President Donald J. Trump? Just when you think things can't get worse, former President Trump comes in and says, hey, remember me? I need some of the attention because the attention's not on me for 5 seconds. Here he is, Trump, in a desperate urge, in a desperate ploy to get attention, says U.S. should put Chinese flags on F-22 jets and bomb the shit out of Russia. Trump tells Republican donors Putin would not have invaded Ukraine had he been president, and calls NATO a paper tiger. So Trump, speaking to Republican donors in New Orleans, said the U.S. should put the Chinese flag on F-22 jets and bomb the shit out of Russia in retribution for its invasion of Ukraine. The Washington Post reported the remarks, which were made on Saturday night. To laughter, the paper said, the former president said, and then we say, China didn't. We didn't do it. China did it. And then when they start fighting with each other, we sit back and watch. According to the Post, Trump also called NATO a paper tiger and said the U.S. military had won skirmishes against Russian troops. What? That's not true. That's not true. Said the U.S. military had won skirmishes against Russian troops while he was president, and claimed to have been tougher on Vladimir Putin than any other leader. Oh, my fictitious God. If there's any, it's classic word salad from Trump. He leads off with an outrageous statement, right? He says, hey, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'm doing the little hands move. I'm only joking. He says something crazy, which he may or may not mean. And then he throws in a bunch of disinformation, praises himself, and just keeps on throwing word salad garbage out. Trump has faced severe criticism for praising the Russian leader since the invasion began. He has also said the invasion was wrong in his speech to about 250 GOP party's top donors at the elite Four Seasons Hotel. The Post said Trump echoed GOP talking points against Joe Biden, claiming Putin would not have invaded Ukraine if he had been in power. That is highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. From the president, who maybe, perhaps, probably wanted to get out of NATO to begin with, right? And the man who, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see what else the article says. This is for those of you who haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the States for the last couple of years. A quick breakdown. Russia interfered with the 2016 U.S. election to benefit Trump. The investigation of that interference produced criminal convictions of Trump aides and extensive evidence that Trump may have, yes, probably did, attempt to obstruct justice. As president in Helsinki in July 2018, Trump deferred to Putin in public and met with him in private without close aides. In 2019, Trump held up military aid to Ukraine in an attempt to get dirt on Biden, resulting in the first 2 impeachments. Donald J. Trump, not tough on Putin, willing to put the screws onto Ukraine. The man scum. Checking out the chat, seeing how everyone's doing. Before going to the halftime Tummy Rub show. A lot of people in the chat. I wish you all a good morning in this odd and troubling time that we live in. And look, everyone, there's only a certain amount of topics that I can cover in this show. There is an open room that we do from 9:30 to 10. If you want to join us, the links are in the description below. And if you want to check out any of these stories, you can also check out the links in the description, at least, the description on YouTube and Facebook. All right. Halftime Tummy Rub show. I think it's time to kick back, relax, try to center ourselves, and enjoy.
What the hell you think you go walking through here? Oh, you doubling up on the walkthrough. Man, what's going on here? Y'all ain't just gonna be walking through here like y'all, who is this coming through? You get the double skibbity paps, man. One for each ball since you a man. Y'all better start getting clearance out here before you just walk, because you can get you get the double up on the skibbity paps, man. I got skibbity paps all day, man.
Skippity paps. Cat on human violence. Horrific, everyone. Horrific. So there are times that it feels like we're helpless, right? That I had a little breakdown for about, the girlfriend's not in the chat. My girlfriend's not in the chat, but I had a little breakdown. I'm going to just admit this. For about 10 or 15 or 20 or 2 or 3 hours yesterday, after watching a video from The Economist magazine, echoing a lot of the stuff that I'd been saying for days now about the potential for Putin to use tactical nuclear strikes in Ukraine, and the chances of this escalating to let's face it, World War III. All right, so I had a little breakdown. I'm better now, better. So when we talk about what we can do to make the world better, I found this article from The Guardian, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's 6, and it's about global warming. These are 6 key lifestyle changes that can help avert the climate crisis. This is from a scientific study. Research shows that governments and individuals making small changes can have a huge impact on reducing emissions. These are 6 promises you can make to help reduce carbon emissions. And look, everyone, we know that the most important thing is to get rid of fossil fuels, right? Geothermal, solar, wind. Getting rid of fossil fuels, pretty freaking important. But and voting in politicians that will enact policy, super important. But what are things that I can do and what you can do so we can get some sense of agency, some sense of control over our own lives, and maybe do something for the environment? Well, here it is. Let's check it out. Check out the article. People in well-off countries can help avert climate breakdown by making 6 relatively straightforward lifestyle changes, according to research from 3 leading institutions. The study found that sticking to 6 specific commitments, from flying no more than once every 3 years to only buying 3 new items of clothing a year, could rein in the runaway consumption that is partially driving the climate crisis. The research, carried out by academics at Leeds University and analyzed by experts at the global engineering firm Arup and the C40 Group, of world cities found that making the 6 commitments could account for a quarter of the emission reductions required to keep the global heating down to 1.5 Celsius. Here it is. And that's just repeating what we just said. Let's take a look. You want to take a look at what the 6 commitments are, the 6 promises you could do? The first one is eat a largely plant-based diet with healthy portions and no weight. And I'm a vegetarian. I have made the transition to being a vegetarian. I think I'm a year and 3 or 4 months into it now, maybe 6 months into it. And it's a healthier diet. And we know that cows raising cattle creates a lot of greenhouse gases. What's the second one? Buy no more than 3 new items of clothing per year. Keep electrical products for at least 7 years. Take no more than 1 short-haul flight every 3 years and 1 long-haul flight every 8 years. Get rid of personal motor vehicles if you can, and if not, keep hold of your existing vehicle for longer. I found that interesting because sometimes the older vehicles aren't as fuel efficient or create more pollution. But the last one is make at least 1 life shift to nudge the system, like moving to green energy, insulating your home, or changing a pension supplier. I don't know. I don't know what is easiest for you to be able to do out there in the intertubes. But for me, once again, and I don't want to be one of those vegetarians. Let's say, the cucumber is the way, the truth, and the light. No man comes to greenhouse gas emissions but through vegetables. I'm not that kind of person. But not only do you have health benefits, but you will help lower CO2 emissions. Right? So that's pretty positive. Let's see, anything else in this? The study was published on Monday alongside the launch of a new climate movement to persuade the support relatively well-off people to make the jump and sign the 6 pledges. Tom Bailey, co-founder of the campaign, said, "This ends once and for all the debate about whether citizens can have a role in protecting our Earth. We don't have time to wait for one group to act. We need all action from all actors now." Last week, this was tough. Last week, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, issued its bleakest warning yet, saying the climate crisis was accelerating rapidly with only a narrow chance left to avoiding its worst ravages. So there you go, everyone. These are 6 things that you can do if you are capable of doing them. Of course, not everyone can. But if you can do 1 or 2 or sign on to make a commitment, that would be dandy. Dandy? Yeah, I said that word. Strong language here. Going to check out the chat. See how everything's going. Hail salad. Exactly, Sean Alexander. Hail salad. Oh, here we go. Blazing Wizard Pope shaming us for not being in Denmark. But I live in Denmark. I have a well-insulated, just renovated, and modernized green energy supply department. Yes, you do. I'm sure you do, Blazing. Congratulations. The cucumber also terrifies cats from the resemblance of snakes. Very nice, MC Fractal. Very nice. Let's see. John Christian says, "I haven't bought new clothes in 4 years. Job well done, sir. I don't fly anywhere. I have no car. The government pays my pension." It's definitely an easier lift for some of us, right? To make these kind of commitments, because I haven't driven my car for quite a long time, and it looks like I'm going to donate it to charity, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure which charity yet. I'm going to give it to charity. But I know a lot of people, especially here in the States, where people have to drive crazy distances for work. It's tough, but making a commitment to one of those six points would help. Let's see. Checking out what we got going on here. All right. Silliness in the chat, everyone. Silliness in the chat. Hey, so I'm going to start closing down the show. We covered a lot of stuff today. Do you want to see that video again about Donald J. Trump? I don't think so, because I want to end this show on a positive note. I'm going to drop a cat video down. I'm going to mention the fact that there are no ads here. There are no ads funded by folks like you. So YouTube members, patrons, people who throw a couple of pennies in the PayPal and Venmo account. The links are in the description below. Thank you, everyone. And if you can't contribute, because, it's economically tough times for all of us. So if you can't contribute, just share the video or talk to a friend about the show. Going to drop the cat video down. I'm going to drop down a thank you video, and then I'll see you at 9:30 on the other channel. Take care.
Cat TV.
What the heck is going on here? Excuse me, officer?
Yeah.
Hi, Drennan Davis here with Cat TV. I'm just curious, why are you stationed here at my house?
Why?
Yeah, why am I fenced out of my own patio?
Well, I'm a cop.
I know, but that doesn't answer my question.
Do not interact with the public. This guy says it's his place. Not anymore. Can I help you?
Hi, Mayor Frog. This is Drennan Davis with Cat TV. I also live here. Any comments on you being cute?
Nah.
Okay.
Damn.
Would you like to address the allegations of you smelling good? What's your impression of living with humans?
Blah, blah.
Great impression. Can I get your opinions on the war? And also follow-up question, do I need a haircut? I appreciate your honesty. Toad, this dress is really working for you. I love the schoolgirl look. What do you think, Doug?
I think that dress looked better when I wore it 2 months ago.
Doug, so catty.
Bitch.
Don't listen to him, Toad.
Take it off.